Cooney loser bald guy. Cooney, 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 Cooney. Cooney, 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 Cooney. Cooney, 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 Cooney. Cooney, Cooney, upstays alive.
Welcome back to Raccoon Tweeties. How are you doing, Gerardo? How you doing?
Are you a Chargers fan?
No, but I went to the game. You remember I went to the game
Right.
last year, and I bought a hat. What do you think of it?
I don't know.
You don't like it?
You like trucker hat. I can't do trucker hats, dude.
Well, it's, there's only a certain kind of hat that fits my kind of body, right? It's kind of the same thing with not a lot of clothes fit Joe Rogan's body because of the way he's built. Like I'm 5'9" and I have all this muscle and violence in my DNA, and it's like a trucker hat, my giant head. My head's really big. You know this.
Knowing how clothes fit on Joe Rogan is kind of, kind of sus to me. But
You don't know how they fit.
It would
not
be,
heard this.
It would be funny if Joe Rogan's telling everyone that because he's shopping at Big and Tall because he thinks he's super tall. He's like telling everyone the store doesn't have my sizes.
He's so stupid. No, but I mean, I got a giant head, dude. Size 8.
Yeah.
Ever heard of it?
I was trying to tell somebody I have a big head too, and I was like 7 3/4, but it sounded like I was talking about 8 inches. You know what I mean?
Oh, like your dick size?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I never thought about that. It does kind of sound like you're making like a dumb dick joke.
You have an
when do
8-inch head, yeah.
It's like I go in that's why they don't like me at Lids. Because every time I go there, they think I'm trying to make a joke about how big my dick is. I haven't been to a Lids in years. I just don't get hats there anymore. I got to commemorate the Chargers game that I went to.
Nice.
I was like, I want something to remember this.
Yeah.
In old age, all I care about really is merch.
Yeah.
Just kind of shop-ish, I guess. I like merch. Sorry. I'm a merch guy. Always been.
Nice.
Do you like merch?
Whatever about it, honestly. I think I'm not into fashion that much.
I guess it's less about fashion, although I am a fashion guy, as you can see. I'm a big fashion guy, always been. But it's more just like, I don't know, I just like buying stuff and having merch commemorating being somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe that's Blockbuster. But I don't know.
You sound 40 years older than you are.
I'm a little bit old, I think.
We went to Yosemite and I got a picture of a cliff on a shirt.
It sounds like something I might do. Yeah, if I went to Yosemite, because I'm not a big nature guy, I'd be like, where's the store? Where's the Yosemite?
You don't want to see the nature?
I want to see both, but I'm like, as soon as nature's done, I'm like, we got to get to the store in time.
Yeah.
Like I might cut out some nature if the hours of the store don't, if it's like the store closed really early, I'm like, we gotta fucking end this hike so we can get back to the store. Otherwise, who will know we've even been here?
Why do you care?
I need pictures maybe too. Why do I care? I don't know. It's innate inside me.
I can't stand the picture thing, dude. Like,
really?
My mom is like that, where she needs pictures of everywhere we go. I don't want pictures taken of me, dude.
Yeah, that's true. I see that too because I also don't like pictures of me taken. So I'm like, what does that even mean? Because I'm kind of like Red Bar that way. Like if people take pictures of me, I don't really want it because I always look like shit. I don't know how to smile.
I mean, not because I look like shit. I just don't like, let's just chill or relax. This is fine. We don't need pictures of this happening.
Do you ever like pictures of yourself?
I love pictures. All pictures of me. I've told you this before, right? No matter what. I have no vanity when it comes to pictures of me. I'll take the worst pictures of all time. I'm just not out here looking to get pictures taken of me, dude. It kills like a vibe when you're out. Like let's say we're getting dinner at the Victoria Gardens because everyone meets there. It's kind of central to where all my family's at.
Okay.
And they want to take pictures next to the fucking playground in the Victoria Gardens. Like, why are we doing this?
What are we doing here?
But every single picture of me, I like. I don't give a fuck. I don't think.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna ask you to take another picture.
Right. Yeah. I guess that. Yeah. Because you just don't care what you look like in the picture. Doesn't matter. Doesn't count. Can I ask you a question about it though? When that happens, your mom always wants to take pictures. Who takes the picture?
I mean, I like somebody that's not in the picture.
Just like a rant. Does she
Yeah.
grab somebody?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay. Do you remember? Because everything that she does is kind of funny to me.
I don't know.
Does she make it funny at all?
I don't know.
I could see her being like.
It's
hitting
not
somebody.
funny to ask somebody to take a picture of you though, because it's
Probably
like
not, yeah.
everyone will do it.
Yeah.
Never have I met somebody that's like, hell no, you know.
That would be funny. You ask somebody and they're like, "No, I'm not going to do that."
I
It
know.
has never happened, has it?
Yeah, no. This guy bartered with us in DC when we were at the Capitol Hill.
Uh-huh.
We were like, "Can you take a picture of us?" And he's like, Let's see. He's like, "You take picture of my family. I take picture of yours." And then we were
Okay.
like, "Us first." And then it's like we became like in a negotiation. You know what I mean?
That is funny. I like the kind of like a goofy meeting someone in public that's goofy like that. But what were they like? The people you took a picture of?
Definitely from somewhere not America.
Okay. I assume, yeah, I assume that.
Buddy, you take picture of us. I say, no. You take picture of us first, then picture taken of you.
It's funny that like maybe he didn't have the confidence to ask somebody to take a picture of his family, so he's just walking around like, we wait here until someone asks. and then I will ask them.
Yeah.
This is America. It's a deal. You have to make a deal. That's interesting.
But yeah, it's all pictures of me are great. Because I used to be where I was like, ew, I look disgusting. But where am I? I'm not gonna get far in life if I'm waiting for a good picture of me to get taken, dude. You know what I mean?
It's one of the many things holding me back, dude. I care about, although I'm often just like, well, it's not a good picture. It's on my phone.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really post a lot of pictures.
If you saw the pictures on my phone, dude, of me, I always send people ridiculous pictures.
Yeah.
Just like stuff like this, open mouth type stuff.
Right. Yeah, sure.
I send it all day long. And then I don't know that my phone's keeping track of messages that I made to my friends.
Right.
So like in my camera roll is just pictures of me. It looks like I'm doing a picture every day with the craziest face of all time.
Yeah. And is any of this self-sabotage, do you think?
No, I think it's in the moment when I'm messaging with somebody, it's so funny to respond with that.
Okay. I remember when we had the banner and I asked you for a picture. Remember the picture on the banner at first was like you in some like, do you remember what it was like? What was the shirt? Do you remember? I think it was like a video game shirt or something. And you were going,
Oh, okay, yeah.
you know? And we used that as the banner for a long time.
Yeah.
It's not still on there, is it?
No, I think it's the different one now.
Yeah, you made a better banner than I hired somebody off Fiverr. And it was like a decent picture of me, and then you like, maybe when you sent me that, because that's way back in the beginning, you were like, I'm gonna be doing the show for a few months.
No, I really do not care about pictures of me. I also like being silly. So
That's true. You are a goofy dude.
imagine being silly and not liking it. Like you go home and you're like, fuck, what did I do today? You know?
That's a funny idea. Someone who is just silly all the time and they don't want to be. They have no control over it. I wonder if there's anybody that character is almost as funny as the person who says no to taking a picture.
Yeah.
I wonder what kind of dude I want that to happen now. Just to ask them why.
Dude, there's this person, you know, I hadn't talked about it on the podcast, but I'm learning Japanese. You know that?
Sure. Yeah, you told me.
Okay. So I'm learning Japanese right now, and this lady with the hat in Japanese characters, like across the brim of it or the top of it, you know, I could read it. I knew the characters. I don't know what it said in English.
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't know what it said. I could just knew it was like ha, ji, you know, ya. This like whatever the word was. I knew how to say it. I don't know what the fuck it meant. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It might have been like I have a child dungeon in my house or something, you know? But I was like, I told my coworker, I was like, dude, I could read that hat. And then he was like, did you ask her what it says? I was like, no. He's like, dude, you should have asked her this and that. I'm like, no. Do you know why?
It sounds like a Gerardo thing to do, honestly.
To ask him?
No, to not ask.
Okay.
You
You
know.
know why though, right? If you had to list the Gerardo reason, why?
Let's see.
What are voices I do a lot?
Asian voices?
Right.
Oh, you're worried.
Leading to what my history of racism, dude. I'm like, I am, you know what I mean? I don't want to be, I'm trying to like quiet that part of me down.
I see.
And I'm going to, let me just start meeting this person by saying, I know Japanese, and then try to pronounce what the fuck's on her hat. You know what I mean? While I'm learning, I'm not like proficient whatsoever.
Okay, I see. So you're being sensitive
Yeah.
to that. Yeah, and I like so that happens, right? You see that, and in your head, you're about to say something to relate to them, but you go, there's a memory thing that goes back to when
Yes.
the guy did the shot and yelled the word
Yes,
that you're not
yes.
supposed to
No,
say.
that's on Patreon. So
Oh yeah, so
Yeah.
check out Patreon if you're.
big mistake. And the little guy in my head was like, be quiet.
Well, I guess that's good. I don't know. I mean, here's what I think, and I'm not a normal person,
Right.
But here's what I would have done. I would have been like, "Oh, does your hat say something?" I've been studying Japanese. That would be so funny if I did that, and she's like,
It's
"This girl's Korean,
Yeah.
and I'm Korean, and you're
Yeah.
fucking another fucking white guy. Big surprise. Just give me my balls. Do you wash your balls? Now you're trying to fuck me or what?"
Yeah. I was like, nah, dude, I did the correct thing because I would have said something wrong for sure. Not the characters. I'm talking about just me, being myself. I'm like, let's not find out what that thing is. You know what I mean?
She comes up and she has the hat, and you just go into full Adam Ray talking baseball.
Yeah.
Oh, like I fucking got fired from my job. But at your job, they probably wouldn't care.
Yeah, no, it's impossible to get fired at our. I showed everyone me talking shit about mini golf.
Yeah.
And they were all just like, all right.
They agree.
The manager was like, "Why would you do that?" And then I'm like, "Am I fired?" And he's like, "No, you got more hours, dude."
Now you have to. You work on the severed floor. You're severed, but you remember everything that happens. That's a golf place is severed. Dude, this week, I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. I'm not going to tell you my dick's delicious. I've had a headache every single day.
Oh no.
I wake up with a headache. It seems like it's like I feel groggy, and in the back of my head hurts. What do you think that is?
Maybe you're allergic to something you continuously eat.
Damn.
Maybe you should stop with the rains.
I'll never stop rain. Rain intake. If you told me that rain gives me headaches, I'd be like, guess what? I guess I'll have a Tylenol every night.
Keep them coming, daddy.
I mean, rain cures headaches.
Yeah.
Rain cures all ills. But I've just been dealing with that all week, and I don't know why. Do you ever get headaches?
No, not really.
Not ever. And you don't ever take Tylenol, right?
I took Tylenol PM last night to go to bed early.
Oh, just to sleep though.
Yeah.
I've never taken one of those. Does it just knock you right out?
It takes like an hour. I took it at like 9 p.m. after I did open mic and then came back here, which, by the way, remind me to talk about this open mic really quick.
Talk about it now.
I came back, took a Tylenol PM at 9 p.m. and passed out by 10, like out cold. I took 2.
And do you have dreams when you do that? Is
No,
it wacky,
it's you know what? It's like it's a gamble because sometimes I'll wake up an hour later and then kind of be just up. You know what I mean?
Oh, see, that's what I've been doing.
Oh, okay.
What do you do when you just wake up?
I just try to go back to sleep.
Okay.
And if not, then I just do push-ups.
Really? If you're like, yeah, I just do jumping jacks.
I jack off and do jumping jacks. 2 days ago, I could not go to sleep. It was like approximately like 1 a.m. And so I just did 40 push-ups, like
Nice.
10 set
Right,
intervals or whatever. And then couldn't go to sleep at 3 a.m. because I was still up. And so I just did 40 more. And then next thing you know, it's 4:34, can't go to sleep.
Facts. Then you got out after those push-ups. You got the bench out. You benched
Don't, no, that's
the
not
two
true.
135s, dude, and then you fucking did calisthenics.
Calf raises.
Yeah, I mean, here's what I am gonna do.
Sure.
I didn't plan on this. It was not my plan, obviously, because I don't plan anything. But I'm going to go get a massage on Monday because I think it's stress related. I've been stressed out. My head hurts. I'm going to have somebody massage. My girlfriend asked me, like, she was like, do you want, something like firm or this? And I was like, I'll take both of those. And she was like, you have to choose. Why would I ask?
Now you're stressed about the massage.
She's like, why would I ask both things? And you'd go both. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm still in shop mode. And she was like, do you want this or that? I'm like, I don't know anything about this. Okay. I've had 3 massages in my life and they're good, but I refuse to learn. But I think I'm going to have them massage my scalp because my head always hurts. Anytime someone touches my head, it feels great. Do you like people touching your head?
I have a lot of hair.
That's true. Yeah, it's much easier for a bald man, right? Because then if they touch your head when you have hair, it's like they're rubbing. It's a little bit more like it's too intense.
sensual, yeah.
Yeah. When you have hair, it's like they got to rub their fingers through your hair. That's like, so like people, women and men, pause. They'll come up and they'll like rub my head sometimes. And they'll be like, it's almost like an instinct, I guess, for people when they see a bald guy. And they'll be like, oh, I'm sorry. And I'd be like, I'm actually okay with it. I don't care. And like, they'll be like, can I touch your head? And I'm like, there maybe sometimes there's a pause. I'm like, almost like always okay with people touching my head. That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
That it's probably not all bald guys.
I like it though, but I mean like a girl touching my head though.
Yeah.
Preferable, not a guy.
I mean, it's not sexual.
If the homie comes up and he's just like, "What's up, dog?" Like, come on, dude, don't jellyfish my head right now.
Honestly, and look, if it's sexual, keep it to yourself. All right. This is just if you want to massage my head, I'm okay with it.
How good are you at giving head massages? Pause.
Head massages, pause.
You never done it?
Double pause. I don't know. I mean, my girlfriend. I guess you're right.
Yeah.
It is kind of weird now that I think about it. But I don't know. People like to touch my head and it feels good. Sorry. I apologize. I like my head touched. But don't make it weird.
Yeah.
Okay? And also don't do it if you're a stranger. I guess I should probably regulate that though. You know, like people just coming up and touching my head and stuff.
Have you asked? I know you for a fact you've asked the doctor why you have headaches.
I did, yeah. I had a video doctor's appointment this week, and originally it was because this is so ridiculous. My fingers had started hurting here and here, like, and I touched stuff and I pushed, and I was like, okay, well, I have carpal tunnel or something. So, but then they stopped hurting, and you know why? You know why they're hurting? Because I was reading this. At first, I usually read paperback, but I was reading hardcover, and it was this giant book. It was The Corrections by Jonathan Franzen. Highly recommend. Very good stuff. But the book was so hard that it hurt my fingers. And when I stopped and went back to paperback, doesn't hurt anymore.
Why do you let yourself do those brain tricks on you? Like,
What do you mean?
just sometimes things hurt.
But listen, it's the books, because I got my dad's memoir. My dad wrote a memoir, and it's hardback again, so I'm gonna fucking have carpal tunnel syndrome. I needed something to hold the book. I can't do hardback. I'm so sorry.
Why don't you do soft belly and like lay on your stomach with your legs in the air and just like, you know, lay on your bed and
You're
like
painting a narrative. Okay, just because I
elbows up
like
like
dude
this
touching
and
my head, pause, doesn't mean I'm soft or whatever. I don't know. I listen. You know, my fingers were fine anyways, but by the time I forgot that the doctor's appointment was even going on. I got a text. Usually Kaiser, they send you like 15 texts like, hey, next week, remember, don't fuck this up. Don't let it go by.
giving you more headaches.
Yeah. But for some reason, they just texted me after and I got on, but my doctor's always late. So she came on like 15 minutes after I came on. Pause. And she was talking to me and I go, listen, originally also she's like insanely attractive, but that's beside the point.
God damn.
I was talking to her and I said, originally my fingers hurt, but my fingers are fine now. Don't worry about that. Doesn't count. I have had headaches every day this week, right? And I just wanted to check in on that. And she was like, well, she asked me all the standard doctor questions. She was like, have you had stress? And I was like, yeah, stress. I had stress.
Every day. Stress is my breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Yeah, stress is basically what I do. And then she was like, where is it? And I said, mainly in my dick. No, I was in the back. She's like, in the back, the front, the sides, the this and that.
Yeah,
I don't
mostly the
remember.
shaft.
Yeah. I didn't remember. So I just made something up. I was like, the back probably. And she's like, okay. And then she was like, you know, do you drink a lot of coffee? And I was like, I only drink Rain. And she said, well, that's really good. That's really good to hear that you drink Rain. I said, I know. And then she was like,
big dick, sorry about that.
yeah, she was like, your dick's probably still really big.
No,
I was like,
not
I'm not going
yours.
to sugarcoat it for you. You know that's part of my thing that I do with you. And then she asked me if I wake up, and I do. And I remember when I wake up, I'm like, I have these like thoughts about work where I'm like, oh, did I do that? Did I call them Blockbuster? Is this Netflix and all that shit? And it goes through. So she was like, yeah, it just sounds like you're pretty stressed out. You know, you're not throwing up, you don't have nausea and all that. So it's probably stress related. And I was like, cool story, bro. And then I'm getting this massage, but I was already getting it anyways. But I asked her about whether I have colon cancer, of course. I needed to do that. And she was
Dude,
like,
you have to stop, dude. Like, you need to abstain from these negative thoughts.
dude, people are getting it way too young.
But do you understand that it's not just work that's stressing you out? It's like the stress is all encompassing at this point.
You go on Instagram, you see that people you know have died from colon cancer. They're their same age. They don't have any family history. I go to my group chat. I go, dude, my friend died. He's fucking has no history. And then another one of my friends is like, same thing happened to me. I almost just texted that. And then it's like, now I think not only do I have it, but all of my friends do. Me, Oathman, Cutter, Raffy, we all have colon cancer. We're all going to die in 4 days. All right, that's just facts. So I want to ask my doctor about it because, you know me. I poop too much. Sorry, TMI. I'm always in the bathroom. I was born there. I lived there. I could never work where you work because the boss would have fired me. Or at least talked about it constantly.
Yeah, because he's not going to fire anyone, dude.
Yeah, he doesn't fire people. All I'm saying, but she was like, you're way too young. Stop worrying about it. All that blah, blah, blah. So I feel better about that, but I mean, the one time when I was concerned about what was going on, I did have something. Graves. They know very well. I have Graves' disease.
You no longer have it.
That's not true. I still have it. I'm just at normal levels now because I took medicine. If I didn't take medicine, in 20 years, I'll be blind and have a heart attack.
That's great, dude. Have you ever been blind before?
No.
You don't want to try new things? Steve Moreno survived a heart attack.
Yeah, dude. That's another thing that's crazy.
Oh my God, I shouldn't even said that.
This motherfucker is only a few years older than me, but he's drinking a little bit. And that's all I'll say.
Okay, so last night at the open mic, dude, racist. Big
what
mistake. No, so this is one guy, I'm not going to say his name, but it was very funny. He knows of me because of other mics and was like talking to me, and I got fries at this place. By the way, the fries, $9.51. Isn't that ridiculous?
Yeah, it's too much.
That's fucking crazy.
Damn.
They were delicious, but anyways, not $9 worth, dude. Fries come, and the lady was like, "Do you want ketchup?" It was what's it called? And then I was like, "No, I'm good, no ketchup," And then this guy said, "This guy's white. I think he's white. I don't know."
Okay.
And he goes, "Dang, super beaner."
Oh my God.
Yeah, dude. He said that, and I was like, "Excuse me." Wait, let me finish. He said super, and I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, just papas, huh?" Because papas, I guess, is fries in Spanish.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, "Yeah, just fries." And I started telling him about how, like, if I eat ketchup, I'm gonna have way too much, and that fucked his brain up. He thought that I don't like ketchup. It's like, no, I fucking love ketchup, dude. But if I have it, it's like I don't have a governor on it. I gotta just abstain from it.
Right. It makes you eat too many fries.
So, and then he started talking about a joke I did at a mic because maybe he felt like some weird thing about it.
Sure.
And he was like, "That was so funny when you were at the Barclay and you were talking about how you have food." And I was like, "What? I don't have any jokes about how I have food." He's like, "No, when you got on stage." I guess, and then it was starting to make sense to me because I was like, I guess I remember I went on stage and I said, "Does anybody want to buy some food?"
Right.
Yeah, us Mexicans are always selling food is something I said.
You said that?
I'm pretty sure. We could check right now if you want. I can cut it out if it's Blockbuster.
What I'm thinking about, like, the only reason I said you said that is because I'm thinking like it's like it absolves him somewhat from some of that. But dude, what if he's just straight up racist? Like, what if he goes, he says the first thing and then he's like, like that joke you did at the mic, the one where you're like selling oranges, you're selling road.
We're talking about fries, dude.
No, I'm saying he's like more racist.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's like, where's that? The one you did where you're like, you came here illegally to the country recently, and you're just like, what
the one where your dad got caught by ice and took him back to the country.
That wasn't me, dude. That is insanely racist. The first part.
He said super beaner.
Yeah, what is?
He was
where's
like,
he from?
Super beaner. I was like, whoa, dude.
People like that, I want to like study. How did you get here?
Yeah.
So is it like where are you from? What do your parents do for a living? How is it? How are you saying stuff like this now?
Yeah.
Where do you? Because most people, even if they think that, they probably wouldn't say it.
If I was like, if they were like, what do you want to eat? And I'm like, beans with queso fresco and a side of Mexican cookie with salsa on top. And he said super beaner, I would be like, dude, yeah, right. Pretty fucking crazy Mexican of me to do. But just fries, dude.
Yeah, I don't see it doesn't even, there's no connection there.
Yeah.
What does that have to, what does not eating ketchup have to do with being Mexican?
Mexicans fucking love, I can't
I haven't heard
emphasize
that
this enough,
stereotype.
dude. Mexicans love ketchup, dude.
What race do you think he is?
I feel like he's Italian, dude.
Oh man. I mean, it's
Also, by the
interesting.
way, has not said a word to me before that interaction. Because he was like busy talking to other people. And then all I hear is this will say super beaner, dude.
That's funny. The first thing you say to someone is racist. Like, how often does that happen?
Oh,
Probably a lot,
yeah.
actually. Racists don't really keep it to themselves, do they? But that is like, damn, the first thing he said to me was a slur, kind of. Not even kind of. It was. Super, I guess, is not, but the second part is. I mean, damn. And also just my mind is going like, if you're the Mexican person in that scenario, someone has said this to you, you have like a few choices of like, it's like a choose your own adventure. Like, do I tell this guy like that he's a racist idiot, or do I just talk to him like normal? And then there's plenty of other things that you could, but you kind of talk to him like in normal, but the thing that he just said is lingering over that. So you're just talking to him like, I mean, if I have ketchup and I eat too much, like, what are you going to say next? Well, and I end the sentence. I'm worried. What comes next after I finish this weird question you have? What do I say now that stops this? Or like, am I going to have to kill you? Is like the subtext of that conversation. Do I have to fight you next? Because that's how I think I would respond if I were Mexican. I would be saying things, but at the same time being like, so what comes next now? Because that is a crazy fucking...
But here's the thing too, though. I got pulled over recently by a cop, and on the ticket, he said white. And I was like, that's kind of tight, dude. You know what I mean?
Oh, he said you're white.
Yeah. He's like, ethnicity, W. I'm like, is that for fucking, what's a slur for Mexicans that starts with the W? W-E-T-B-A-C-K.
I know it's like 10. What if I just listed off 12? I'm like, I gotta actually...
You're like, Willy, wiener.
I rip them off like I have them like memorized in my heart.
It was like ethnicity. He put zoot suit. I'm like, oh, that's fucked up, dude.
Here's another scenario then for the cop. So the cop, let's say he's so racist that anyone that he likes, he writes white. Or anyone that like, he has a test where it's like, if you are okay, your ethnicity is white. Anything below that he designates as not okay is, another race. He only has 2, is what I'm saying, that he writes. But the cop, so how did the ticket just said that's funny?
It just said W.
I never even look at those. I don't, the cop that pulled us over, they could say many things. I wouldn't have had any idea.
Mixed race homosexual couple is what they put.
2 bitches. 2 guys that never scooped up the bag. So with this guy, you see him around much?
No,
comedian?
I didn't even know he was at the Barclay a couple weeks before. You want to hear my set?
Sure.
I could cut this out if it's not good, but let's just see what the food part was. Because I know I said something along the lines of that.
Do you have it pulled up or are you going to look for it?
I have it.
Okay.
All right, my name. Let's see. What do you say? Corn. I said corn. You heard me? Corn.
I like how much enthusiasm you start with and you end with. It just vanishes.
Oh, yeah.
You guys hungry? I got food in the back. Not true. That's why every time I see a Mexican dude, I think they have food on them.
Okay, so maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not. When I meant Edzals, I meant of just that part of it.
Why did I say that?
I don't know. How did I put that thing? Because if he had just made up that you said anything, that would also be weird.
Yeah.
But so he's like, I think maybe he said that and was like, oh fuck, I can't believe I said that. I better tell this guy that I like your joke. It's just something you said.
That's the only thing you heard, and he tuned out the rest of my set.
He was like, yep, they're always talking about food. That's funny. May say this to him later. What is that? Now I want to know what do you mean?
Yeah.
How is that? How is it like that?
Yeah. There's like somebody beeping outside this. What the fuck? What is happening? You hear that?
Yeah. Should we pause it? Till it's done.
All right, we back. And yeah, this is so racist people go to open mics, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's pretty par for the course. We experience that often. Mm-hmm. That is the funniest one that I've heard in a long time, though, because I haven't really do stand-up.
It was just random. And then on top of that, right, when he said that, the bill comes as $9. I'm like, what is that? Ooh?
That's a 1-2 hit.
Yeah, dude.
You're exposed to insane racism and they charge you too much for French fries.
Yeah.
Dude, that's funny. That's the thing that makes me want to come back, that story. I'm like, I got to have that more often.
All right, I wanted to show you this. This is the Jurassic World Rebirth trailer.
I'm excited.
What's it called? This part was just so funny to me. So it's probably not even worth it. It'll be quick. Just wanted to show this.
Those are
Survival is a long shot.
Wait.
What the hell are those?
She said, what the hell are those? And I just picture a dinosaur with terrible sneakers on.
It's not, those sneakers are so bad that they're not, they've surpassed the fear you'd have from a giant dinosaur trying to kill you or eat you.
Yeah.
I like that.
Scarlett Johansson with the what the hell are those, dude? And it's just a dinosaur like, the Jordan 5s from Space Jam.
If I were going to be eaten by a dinosaur, I would absolutely want the situation to be like I'm with Scarlett Johansson at the time.
Dude.
I'm down.
Great point.
Yeah, it's the best way to go. Like, oh man, dude, we're about to die from dinosaurs. I guess we should probably have sex. Right? Just to see if it works.
You're like, no? All right, well, we're going to die from dinosaurs anyways.
Oh man, fuck. There's no chance to live. Like the dinosaurs are way far away.
You guys clearly have no danger.
Yeah, you see them on the TV. Oh, well, they'll probably be here eventually. You just unzip. What are you doing? I thought, oh, sorry, we're not on the same wavelength here. Okay.
You
All
start
right.
jacking off.
Whoa. I'm not an asshole, okay? I'm just see an opportunity and he sees it. Just kidding. I would never do any of those things.
And then you survive, obviously. And then years later, they're like, he started jacking off. He's like, we were getting attacked by dinosaurs.
If I was a billionaire, I would fucking make dinosaurs just to have that happen. And I'm like, well, we're going to die. So
Scarlett Johansson's like, what the hell are those? It's Five Guys. Just like,
she probably finds herself in situations like that often.
yeah.
All right. So staying on acting, I was listening to Othman and Bouchard's podcast, and they started talking about how Gal Gadot, are you familiar with her? You know her, right? Superwoman. Wonder Woman? Superwoman? Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Great woman.
Great woman. That's what the name, there's a superhero that's much lamer called Great Woman. Okay, lady. Gal Gadot's acting is bad or whatever.
Right.
And they played this clip where supposedly the acting is very bad. And then I was scrolling through Twitter when I got here, and there are AMC employees like acting out. They just doing impersonations of like this clip. They're like, everybody do your best Gal Gadot's bad at acting thing. And they did it. And I was like, oh, that's cute and funny kind of. Here's the thing though. I watched this what we're about to play after that. And I want to know your opinion, but in my opinion, I really don't think that I can tell it's bad acting. I think maybe bad acting just for me, it's hard to tell. Except for there's one where I'm like, okay, that is bad. Only one of them though. And it's so quick that I'm like, maybe it's not, it's just a quick, I think this is kind of out of context. I think people just don't like her. And I'm not going to comment. I mean, whatever you think is fine. But I think I think people are just haters, B.
Oh, Gal, the dinosaurs are coming. Gal, I think if you have anything you want to do right now, I'm down.
Dude, absolutely same scenario there. I mean, yeah, both. Honestly, the woman doesn't even need to be that attractive. Me outside of her, let's say I'm not in a relationship. You know, I'm probably going to, it doesn't matter who's there.
Oh, Roseanne Barr. It looks like the dinosaurs are coming.
Oh, man, yeah. Looks like shit. We're out of luck, huh? No matter who. No, I'm just kidding.
This is how we go, huh, Hannah Gadsby?
All right.
And enough champagne to fill the Nile. Kalel, no.
Max Lord, you're putting yourself and everyone else in grave danger. I need you to give me the stone. What happened to it?
What did you say?
Dude, it's so bad. It's
Really?
so bad.
I don't see it. I mean, I want you to guess which one I think is bad at the end, but
Well, yeah, tell me when it is.
I really just don't think it's that. I think people are hating on her a little bit because of her accent. I don't see it as being bad.
So exciting. Very interested to find the man who bought those.
Why should I help you?
Because we're asking you nicely. Just tell me what it costs to get her away from me. Name a price. I'll buy the whole damn boat if I have to. Who are you? The lasso of Hastia compels you to reveal the truth. Now, who are you? But who?
Enough.
I said enough. As Amazons, this is our duty. You have no idea what kind of power you're dealing with. And enough champagne.
Which one do you think I think?
I don't know. It's all so bad. It's like equal levels of bad.
Yeah, well, it's not what you think. It's what you think I think. Which one do you think I think is the worst? If you had to guess.
The Amazon?
Which one is the Amazon?
Well, it's not that one that
Play it again. And this time think about it.
No, I say this one.
This one.
Enough.
I said
Enough?
enough. As Amazons.
This.
Oh, that one. No. It's the one where she's like, Kalal, no. Because there's just no emphasis on anything. It sounds like she's literally reading it. But it's edited in a way to make her look bad. Shorten clips.
Here's the thing, though. I'm not hating on the accent. It's playing a little bit of a factor here. But if you have an accent, you're just not going to say these things. You know?
Okay.
Like, it's just not believable.
Yeah, that might be it. It's the accent. That's what makes her bad.
Yeah.
It's just not believable. It makes it harder to suspend your disbelief.
Yeah.
Because she's saying these like outlandish lines. Like, Max Gorgon, you must give me the stone because I need it to do stuff.
Yeah, dude.
She's like Borat. She's essentially doing Borat voice for serious things. And the one where she's flirting with the guy, that one is bad because the guy is ugly, right? She's like, well, I was interested in the man who's here. And then it shows his face and he looks like fucked up Ed Sheeran.
He's like, the dinosaurs are going to kill us.
Yeah. No woman wants to fuck that guy. That's why that one sucks.
And enough champagne to fill the Nile.
So I think that's good.
And enough champagne to fill the Nile, and nobody talks like this.
Sure, but I don't know what that's from. But that's a ridiculous movie, right?
Yeah, probably.
What do you think it's from?
I think it's from that one with everyone dying on the boat, something like that.
Titanic?
No. But it's just, she is bad, dude. It's like, imagine her being like, acting is like, you just laugh a little bit.
She might not be a great actress, but it's like, I don't know. I watched the first Wonder Woman however long ago, and I was like, that's pretty good. I enjoyed it. I wasn't taken out of it by her bad acting. Plus, the kinds of movies she does, she's not doing Oscar movies. She's doing like stupid ass movies, like any movie with this guy in it.
Come on, dude. Jesus Christ.
With like fucking shooter hand guy. It's like, oh, you wanted Oscar nominated acting in this? No, you didn't. And this Oscar goes to Robot 2.
Well, she's also yelling through a car. And it's like, you're not loud, first of all. And it just sounds like, I don't know, like you're waiting too long at Starbucks. Like that's the energy I'm getting from her hanging in the middle of the air with the lasso of truth around somebody's neck while she's looking into a car.
The lasso of truth. Yeah, I remember that. But I mean, exactly. These are goofy ass movies.
That's not what I was saying, but okay.
All right, well, they're goofy movies. I agree. And also adding, they're goofy movies, right? She's an Israeli lady playing Wonder Woman on top of a car who talking to a guy. Max Gorgon, the reason for the crime you committed is like wah-wah-wee-wah. You know, or whatever the fuck. You know?
The lasso of truth compels you to be my wife.
Borat as Wonder Woman. Yeah. You must give me the stone of truth.
Wow, Wonder Woman in chair, king of the castle, queen of the castle.
I am Wonder Woman. Champagne. Give me the champagne, Mr. Gorgon.
Give me the champagne.
Kalal. You're a bad guy. I don't like you, but you give it to me.
Yeah, dude.
I like Borat as Wonder Woman.
Here, since we're looking at clips today, dude, I kind of want to show you this clip. I found you and the homies hanging out in the woods, dude.
That's good.
I just wanted to know what was going through your head.
Get the storytelling, motherfuckers. Let me tell you a little something about my family. I come from a very, very long line of hammer times.
Hammer times.
And you know, my mom always told me, you never want to be the nail. Never that. You want to be the fucking hammer. The hammer. Because once you become the hammer, then you become unstoppable. Stop, baby. And that's where I got all these hammers from my bloodline. This fucking bloodline. And it's fucking hammer time, baby. Fucking hammer time.
Yeah.
They need a coach. I did improv at work. It was like a team building thing, and he was coaching us up, and he was like, okay, I want you guys to do that again, but this time everybody do it at 10 times the amount you did it last time. Because in that clip, there's one guy, it seems like a wrestling promo or something. There's one guy who's really going for it, and then there's like another guy that's like, he's at a 3.
Yeah.
The bald guy's at a 10. The main guy's at like an 8, I'd say.
I would say a rough 6.
Maybe, yeah. I'm giving him, I'm
Yeah.
being very easy on him, yeah. But there's just, you all got to be at 10, or no one's at 10. Something, you got to match the energy.
Yeah. And maybe not hammers. You know what I mean? There's more violent things out there than a hammer. However, a hammer is pretty violent. You know what I mean? I think it could look more violent if you're really bludgeoning somebody.
Yeah.
But
Hammer's too small, I think.
yeah, and those hammers, like, what about Thor's hammer, dude? Like,
Yes.
let's go full on fucking Vince McMahon with this shit, dude.
Yeah. Mr. Thor, give me the hammer. I mean, I like the idea of guys doing that though. Doing wrestling promo. That's funny.
Yeah.
And that's a fun thing to do. I mean, I'd rather young people be doing that than fucking, I don't know, nerdy shit. It's like bring back real men, you know?
Oh my God.
One time was like we're real dudes, real ass dudes. We fucking did wrestling promos and we knew it. Nowadays, the guys don't even know what a Kimura lock is.
Yeah.
Right? Or a triangle choke. They don't know jujitsu.
Yeah.
Nobody doesn't even have a white belt anymore. It's fucked up, dude.
Also, have a clear thing you're saying. You know what I mean?
Sure.
All I understood was hammer time. And then he's talking about his bloodline. It's
Right.
like, oh, those are just two different things. Connect them with other descriptive language and figurative language, you know?
Yeah, I agree. There wasn't enough. It wasn't really.
Not a lot of good writers in the Appalachians.
No, the writing was less than. I didn't understand the gang signs either.
Yeah.
Like, is this hammer?
Yeah.
What about this is hammer?
The 2 M's in hammer. Hammer.
Oh, that's what it was?
No, it probably wasn't that, but I'm working better than they are, dude. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
You should have been the chef in that kitchen. Dude. They needed you. They needed me. It was not done well.
Also, not a lot of tattoos. It's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's hammer time. What about ink time? Do you get some
Right.
tattoos?
Right.
You know what I mean? Wake up earlier in the morning before these people you want to hammer and see what happens, dude. I think you guys get a lot further.
They don't even need to be real tattoos. They could do henna of like a big hammer with blood on it.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Also, pause, but not a lot of muscles in the clip. They're kind of like, I feel like regardless of whether they're hammer, I might actually be able to win the fight
Yeah.
against them. And
Yeah,
that's
their
not-
physiques were lacking for sure.
they clearly are not guys that wake up regularly before their enemies.
Yeah.
To work out or even work at all, I don't think.
Yeah.
I just don't see it. I think me and you could do a better video.
Yeah, and not a lot of microphones there too. It seems like it's just one phone mic. You know?
Yeah. No, it's one guy filming it, and the guy filming it made no suggestions after, like, hey, let's try it a few more times.
Yeah.
Or, like, hey, everyone should be a 10.
The guy filming is a child. He's just like, oh, you guys are crazy.
He switches the camera around. My dad made me film this. No. Stop turning it around. Yeah, it's Borat. I film you. I'm Wonder Woman.
That's kind of like the male Gal Gadot right there, Mr. Hammer Time. That was terrible. Not convincing at all.
A lot of similarities with the Cal, no, I am Hammer.
Another thing, I'm not to break it down further. I am breaking it down further, but like, where are you throwing those hammers? It's not, I don't know. It's not very scary to throw them directly at the ground.
Yeah, it's true. You don't really see where they go, and he just gets rid of them, and he's going to have to pick them all up at the end of it before he film again. It's not really practical.
If you were to throw a hammer and it landed in a tree, like, god damn, dude. You
That's
know what
good.
I mean?
I like that. How did you get it to stick like that? Maybe it should have been knives. Mm-hmm. You'd have to probably film the dude. If he could get a knife to stick in a tree, maybe it should have been an axe.
Maybe this is the most dangerous thing we've ever watched.
What? How so?
Hitler was a painter. Didn't do that great, I'm assuming, because he went into other ventures. Mr. Hammer is a terrible, villain, if that's what he's trying to be. Mm-hmm. What if he's like, fuck this, I'm going into politics,
He may not go that far. I mean, it doesn't seem like he has too much of a speech ability. Neither do I, because I just said speech ability. But
yeah.
I don't think I'd vote for any of the people in that clip.
Yeah.
No chance. You know what? Last episode we talked about whether, like, which comedian would be the best president. And that made me think about, like, other things comedians could do. Do you mind if I ask you which comedian would make the best plumber?
Okay. As far as job efficiency or like good time?
I leave it up to you, sir.
Or is it like a porno plumber?
Oh, wow. Maybe we should, well, no, I don't know. Not porno plumber. Okay. Just a normal standard plumber.
Well, to get the job done, I don't know. Like, I feel like Brian Regan would be like a good 9-to-5er.
Yeah. I agree. I think Brian Regan, he's somebody that like puts a lot of effort into doing things the right way.
Yeah.
He's like he would be the plumber's plumber. Like, who should I get? To be my plumber? And they'll be like, well, you could definitely call Brian Regan. He's a good plumber, but he's going to be pretty busy. It may be hard to get him to come out. Plus, he's probably going to be expensive because like he can pick and choose his clients. Do you want me to give you a few people that you can go through?
I mean, no, I got a couple more.
Okay, let's go.
Like, I feel like a good porno plumber, even though we're not going there.
Okay.
Maybe not even good though. Louis C.K.
Why?
He wants to pull his dick out. You know what I mean? But the thing is, it would be bad for porno because he would want to pull it out and handle himself. He wouldn't let,
Yeah, who would want to watch that?
Yeah.
That's a very specific niche kind of, because most of the plumbing videos, they start with like the plumber goes over to the woman's house and he's plumbing, and then the woman's like, oops, and takes off her clothes.
She's overtaken by boredom. She's like, I'm so fucking bored. I'll fuck the plumber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in your scenario, essentially, same thing happens. She pulls it and he's like, hey, can you get out of here? Can you get out of here for a second? And then she's like, what is my house? He's like, just for, like, can you leave for an hour? She leaves, and then he's like, into the camera. I don't know if that would be weird.
No, well, she's going to come back. He's like, can you leave for a second? Or you can come back in. And then he's just like,
oh, okay. So she, like, the part of it, what turns him on is that she's leaving.
No, he's catching her by surprise.
Right. Because he's like, I'm fixing the plumbing's done, but this is how I charge.
Do you have a planner?
What about Patrice O'Neill?
Probably bad. I feel like he'll be bad at everything except for comedy.
Yeah, I was thinking with Patrice, not to be a size queen, but he's a little too big to be a plumber because how's he going to fit?
But it is probably really comfortable to lay down on your back and work,
And then, how does he ever get back up? He's like, I'll just stay here for a minute.
That's fucked up, dude. You don't think fat people go to sleep laying down? You think they stand up sleeping every day?
Stand up sleeping?
Yeah, well, they have to lay down and get up every day, dude.
I know, but it's probably a struggle it's different when you're on a bed versus like crouching into like plumbing and stuff. You might be like,
bring a yoga mat.
He's got a yoga mat in his fucking. What about Joe Rogan?
He'll be a great worker, I think. I don't know though, because he's been in the business for years.
So a bit like too much charge.
No, I'm not even thinking about. I'm talking about quality of work. You're gonna pay for quality, dude.
Sure.
Price is out of the question. Big mistake. That's not how you judge somebody, dude. Because you deserve to get paid. Don't
Right.
ever let somebody just tell you. Okay. What's it called? I feel like Joe Rogan would be, but no, he's been in the business for too long. He's like a fucking anyone that's been in acting in like the 90s or 2000s.
Right.
And then like has a cush life now. Like obviously they worked hard in like acting though, dude. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Working hard in acting is different than working hard as a plumber or a roofer, you know?
Definitely.
Like people have this weird smoke screen of like acting's hard because you have to tap into something. It's like, no, dude, it's not. It's not hard.
No, not at all.
You're just able to do it. You're able to do it so you can do it. And you will sit on set for fucking 12 hours and not move basically. And then just do your job whenever you're asked to do it.
Yeah, I mean, probably the easiest thing to do in plumbing is like 10 times harder than the hardest acting job ever.
Yeah.
Right? Like in the sense that like plumbing, you got to fucking twist things and contort your body and figure out what's wrong with a plumbing issue, right? Whereas acting, you just go on and say things that you've memorized.
Yeah.
So,
Tom
you're
Cruise?
saying, well, Rogan, I want to stay on for a second.
sorry.
Did you say Tom Cruise?
Yeah. I'm just picturing him as a plumber.
He might actually be pretty good.
He's pretty short though.
I mean, do you have to be tall to be a plumber?
Just wanted to say it.
Okay. I mean, on the flip side of that, I honestly think actors might be better at plumbing than comedians. But Joe Rogan. So you're saying Joe Rogan would not be a good plumber because you're considering just like how much he's been in the business. Like he wouldn't want to do it. Is that what you're
He's
saying?
soft.
Okay.
Softer than jelly, dude.
Okay.
You know?
Those are tough words.
I got violence in my DNA. I'm hammer time right now.
Okay. All right. He's also short. Like Tom.
Yeah.
I think the only reason I wouldn't want Joe Rogan as a plumber is because if I'm gonna have somebody in my house for a while, plumbers in there for a while, I kind of want them to be vaccinated. So
That's fucking crazy for you to say.
I want them to be vaxxed. I'm sorry. You know me. I'm a live.
God.
I'm a live, dude.
Why?
I don't want COVID or whatever. And I don't want another. What if there's a new disease that comes out and he doesn't want to get the vaccine for that either?
Why are you in a hypothetical?
What do you mean?
You're in a hypothetical in a hypothetical.
What do you mean?
The first of all, the plumbing hypothetical, and then now you're like, there's a new disease that's coming out.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see. I'm just saying. I mean, I want my plumbers to be.
I don't want somebody talking shit about my fucking bowel movements. So like a comedian comes in and be a plumber, and he's like, "Oh man, how often do you shit in this thing?" You know?
Yeah, you just get roasted.
Yeah.
So you don't want. That makes sense. So that takes away all the roast comedians. Like you don't want Hinchcliffe as a plumber, and you don't want who else is a roaster guy.
I mean, anyone in the Roganverse would not know time and place kind of things with jokes. It's like, please stop saying my sphincter's big or whatever the fuck you just said. You know,
Shafir is your plumber, and he like drugs your wife and your kids. They're all like, God damn it! Did you fucking put pills in my kid's milk? He's like, yeah, I did. Oops, sorry. That's not funny, man.
Yeah, you don't want somebody gonna make fun of you and your asshole.
Well, okay. What about like a nice comedian that doesn't do that kind of stuff, like Maria Bamford as a plumber?
That's fucked up. I wouldn't want a woman to be a plumber, dude.
Because it's just like too
Because I'm
rough a
sexist.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess there really isn't. I've never had a female plumber.
Yeah.
And I've never really thought about it. A woman shows up and you'd be like,
Was that one Fernstein girl?
Rachel Bernstein?
No.
Oh, Fortune Feimster?
Fortune Feimster.
Feimster.
That's a woman plumber to me.
Okay, so she'd be a good plumber, you think?
I didn't say good, but
Okay.
because I don't think females should be plumbers, but when I picture
Right.
one that was a plumber, it's Fortune
Right.
Feimster or whatever.
I wonder. Fortune Feimster. I think that's probably a good choice for plumbing.
As far as like looks like a plumber, Caleb Huron, you know,
Yeah, he's pretty big though.
he gives plumber energy.
I've never, like, the plumbers that I've had, they've never really been gigantic people. I think it would be hard to be a very big person and be a plumber.
Like Bernie Mac could double as a plumber.
That's a good one. Yeah, Bernie shows up to your house. He's a plumber that's making you laugh. He fixes your thing. I ain't scared of this fucking toilet. It's so stupid. I ain't scared of this motherfucker.
I ain't scared of the shit you take.
And then it's him, and he's doing one of those testimonials like in his show. Man, I can't do a Bernie Mac very well. Gerardo,
My kids are shitting all over the place.
Gerardo's bathroom. It's fine now. It wasn't before.
I'm sorry about the leaky faucet that you got. You leaky faucet. I'm gonna fix tonight.
I like the idea of like just comedians coming to your house and fixing stuff, and then they talk about it. Like, so I went over to Gerardo's house, and he was having an issue with his lighting, but I fixed it, and then they roast you for maybe your small furniture. His house is really small. He's got a small fridge.
The only big thing he has is fucking red chairs.
Yeah, Jerry Seinfeld says you have a big dick. He's got a big penis.
What's it called? I was thinking about Dane Cook as a plumber too.
Oh,
you know?
perfect. Yeah.
He's just too, but I don't feel like plumbers use big words. Dane Cook's a fucking wordy guy.
He may be like a plumber that's you're not your average plumber, like a bit more cerebral, maybe. No offense to plumbers than you. But I think he'd be great.
Big J. Okerson, plumber body, dude. He seems like he has got plumber crack 24/7.
He seems very blue collar, you know, and he it's a job he could do. If he wasn't doing stand up, he'd be doing that.
Yeah.
Almost every blue collar job, it seems like it's something he could do. Bus driver, security guard,
Plumber.
He does it when he's not doing stand up. He fixes people's toilets.
Yeah, he's got the gloves on and shit.
That's why he
like,
wears the gloves.
Yeah.
You know, he's always ready.
Yeah.
I think
I heard that he had a show in Michigan, but he didn't go on for 30 minutes because he was fixing the green room toilet.
because Brendan Schaub broke it.
Yeah.
Because he pissed in the sink, but then he was like, well, I don't even need this. So he just broke the bathroom on purpose. We got the sink right here.
That'd be funny if Too Lazy to Try is actually a plumber. And then he goes home and makes videos about comedians.
Because you're multi-talented. So the reason I think that Dane Cook would be so good is because like he's somebody who's very athletic. You know, he could fucking contort his body in any way. Seems like a guy that works out a lot. Seems like a dude, you know, doesn't get tired much.
He's not into older ladies.
No. What is that?
Well, because you got an old lady at the house fixing her plumbing. He's going to be you're not.
Right. He's only got eyes for the one chick that's
Youngers.
way younger
Yeah.
than him. You know, his wife. Who else?
I was thinking about like, I feel like Adam Ray wouldn't make a good plumber, but he would have a good bedside manner as a plumber. You know,
I agree.
When you're dealing with the issues, he's going to be like, why is this happening? Kind of thing, you know? He's asking all the right questions. Problem is, he don't got the answers. So you feel like we're getting somewhere.
Right.
But he's just like going to leave it because he doesn't finish the joke ever.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Same with Bert Kreischer when he's like, I'll kill my wife if she cheats. There's no joke there. It's just something he said, you know?
Yeah, I like
He'll
that.
address the issue, but he won't fucking solve it.
No chance. He'll talk about it, be like, why is it doing that?
Yeah.
You know, like, why is it not working? And then you're both there.
Why is there a tooth in the draining?
He put it there. Dude, it'd be funny if Adam Ray showed up. He's dressed as a firefighter or something that's not like a plumber.
Why would I dress like this?
He shows up at the house as a nurse. I ordered a plumber. Oh, fuck. That's my other job. Why did I wear my nurse costume? He shows up as a cop he starts stripping. You're like, what? Yeah, no, Adam Ray would not. He's a friendly guy. That's part of it too. Like, how nice would they be?
Yeah.
I think Jeff Dye probably is pretty nice as a plumber. Shows up, he's like a nice guy.
Yeah, he looks at the drainage and he's like, it's laughable and trite.
Jeff Dye, he's nice, but he's also like, I thought you shows up and you're like, I thought you were a cowboy. What are you doing here as a plumber? He's like, I do both.
A coworker non-ironically showed me a Jeff Dye clip.
No. Well, was it funny?
No. He was just talking shit to Chris Paul.
Like, they're like, so he was talking to Chris Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on TV a lot.
He was at a basketball game talking to Chris Paul.
He does a lot of like sporting events. Like, I'm always seeing like things on Twitter of people posting of like him at like an NBA game or something.
Yeah.
He must be connected to sports in some way.
Yeah, he must be desperate.
If I were an athlete, I'd be like, I wouldn't be able to differentiate between all the assholes that talk to me.
Yeah.
I would probably think that if I were Chris Paul, I'd probably think that Jeff Dye works for ESPN. He's like an anchor or something.
Yeah.
I'd be like, all right, yeah, I did great in this game. Or is Chris Paul still playing?
Yeah.
He is, right?
Yeah. So the video is not of him talking to Chris Paul. It's Tim talking at Chris Paul.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Hey, Chris, I'm not good. I'm the last cowboy to stand up.
Yeah. And I like how he leaves that part out, though.
I fucking suck at this shit.
Let me try to pull it up.
Sure. Hey, Chris, I hate women. Every woman sucks.
Chris, I'm drunk right now.
I stopped drinking, Chris. But you're still good at basketball.
Let's see here.
Cowboy shit.
Where is it? It's got to be here somewhere. Let's see if I can find it. I guess I have to search Jeff. Lakers? No.
See what I'm saying, though? Lots of shit about sports and shit. He's been in a lot of, like, viral clips, too. Then there's a picture of him and a UFC person.
This fool showed me it because he's like, you hate Chris Paul, right? I'm like, yeah, but I hate Jeff Dye more.
I didn't even know you hated Chris Paul.
Yeah, I do not like Chris Paul. Playfully heckles.
Okay. When I'm on the deal, whatever.
All right. So when I'm on stage, I deal with heckling, but when I'm off stage, I do the heckling.
Interesting.
Stop. Let's see.
Quit hassling the ref, Chris! Shut up, Chris! Play the game! Too much talking, number 3. Technical foul, Chris Paul. What's he talking to you about? State Farm? Selling out? What's he talking to you about? Shut up, Chris! Fraternizing with the ref? Foul. Too much talking! You shut up, Chris! Shut up, Chris!
Honestly,
quit hassling.
I kind of think that one's funny.
I don't.
I'd rather him be doing that than stand up.
Yeah, I mean, I wish, but that's that's not possible, dude.
Yeah,
he's the last cowboy in LA in his head.
This is part of being a cowboy. Mm-hmm. It's like cowboy, not in this traditional sense. It's like cowboy, like outsider, badass, like breaking the rules. Mm-hmm. I do a thing where I yell like Chris Paul because I'm a cowboy.
Yeah.
You know,
what's something so embarrassing, but like your friends wouldn't tell you to change it? You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure he was like last cowboy in LA, and his friends are like, oh, and he's like, I really got to be confident about it though, because that's what a cowboy would do. You know, and then so his friends are like, none of them can really be like, I don't think you should call yourself the last cowboy.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to talk your friend down.
Like, there's still Los Angeles like horse stables, you know, like
right. And you're not a cowboy.
You're not a cow. You never rode a horse.
Meanwhile, and like they're saying that to him, but in his head, he's just seeing himself like lasso, like what? Yeah, and this one, he's seeing a Brian Callen bit, but he's the Scottish nobleman cowboy.
Yeah.
You just got died.
The last Sharpie in my ass. That would be mine, and everyone's like, you probably shouldn't name your special that.
The last Sharpie in my ass. I like that. That's a crazy title for a special.
The last pocket pussy running away.
The last rat.
The last dead rat on my penis.
My dick. I fuck birds. A rat or a bird ain't nothing but a sky pussy, you know what I mean?
Sky pussy is great. I like how you're catching on with the bit. My one of my coworkers that I did not know knew the inside joke. Mm-hmm. He said like, yeah, he's like, we got a bunch of what is it called? Pocket pussies running around here. He wasn't talking to a customer, but he was doing a bit where he was talking to a customer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And guess what I did? Laughed uncontrollably, dude.
Yeah, I bet, dude. Mm-hmm. I mean, now I get it too. Customers come up to the window. They're like, how many pocket pussies do you think we got today? Oh, a bunch. I saw a bunch on hole 9.
Dude, if customers started calling them, dude, that's the whole next level, dude.
That's where you got to make it happen. Mm-hmm. You know?
All right, let's get to one voicemail. If you want to leave a voicemail, it's going to be 867. Wait, what? I don't even think those are 775-557-8667. That's 775-557 TMOS. And we'll play your voicemail on the air here. This is not how you say my name.
Hashtag justice for Harito. Thanks for believing in me, Tony. If you notice, Gerardo's getting a little spicy lately. And the place that I lived at, if I can recall correctly, with Jimmy Fallon was 801 Washington Avenue. So it's Gelman's. You don't want to see him every day, but he's nowhere near as bad as like Bert. And I don't want to go over the minute and upset Gerardo even more. But that wasn't in Saratoga. That was in the 12203 in Albany. Way back then.
Oh.
Barn cab race out. 1-2, 8 inches, 6'6", daddy.
You have a response?
I don't know. I don't know what my first thing I said was. I'm just joking on the podcast, dude.
Right.
But I believe he was saying that he was roommates with Jimmy Fallon, and you were like, oh, wow. And I'm like, don't believe him, dude. I still don't believe you. If that's why you...
Albany makes more sense. I mean, that is New York.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so tired. What was he talked about spicy New York. What was the other thing he said in that?
He said that Jimmy Fallon's not as bad as Bert.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. So he said Gelman isn't as bad as Bert. I think Gelman's way worse than Bert, personally. Bert.
Oh, yeah. I think, yeah. Gelman is... Oh, okay. I thought he was talking about Gelson's, the grocery store. Gelman's is that one guy.
Yeah, Brett Gelman.
Yeah, he's terrible.
I think he's far worse than Bert. At least, I mean, Bert has the potential of being funny sometimes.
But I think Bert is pretty bad, though. But
at stand-up, yeah.
Gelman is a worse human, but comedy-wise, I feel like they're pretty even.
I don't know, man. Gelman is horrible at stand-up. Like, he is just not funny at all. Whereas, like, Bert... I'm telling you, man, The Machine, the movie, was entertaining.
Yeah.
Gelman is like, I watched that I watched that TV show, Fleabag. He's pretty good in that, but it's because he plays a total asshole that sucks, which he is, so he nails it. But outside of that, he is not good.
Let's see here.
And this is what I feel like such a hipster with this shit. I've hated Brett Gelman for so long. I'm sorry, I got kind of angry that now it's cool to hate him.
Let's see this real quick.
Yeah? Well, I'm doing a fucking show for you. I'm sorry it's not like the normal homogenized shit that you like throw down your fucking greedy ass throat, man. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, let's make it normal for a second here. Let's make it normal for a second. What? If you don't like it, if you don't like what the fuck I do, fucking leave, man. That's the whole thing. You people like don't fucking think about anything. You don't think about anything, and I do all the thinking for you, and you don't even recognize that. I do all the fucking work for you. And if you recognize that, you would come to my show and you would shut the fuck up because you don't know better than I do. Understand? You don't fucking know anything. I know something that makes me better than you. Fucking.
Is that a planned bit? That seems almost like a planned bit.
Well, even if it was, it's not that funny.
No, he's terrible. I mean, but that, you know what's making me laugh about it is like, it looks like it sounds like that Natalie Cuomo shit. Just fucking laugh at me. A bunch of people came here to be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And you just fucking ruined it, you fucking fuck.
Yeah, I mean...
I can't tell if it's real or not. It's just, I can tell that it's not funny.
I can tell you that he was on stage doing that. And that's what... that's the worst part about the UCB type stuff is like, dude, just be funny. You don't have to like try to find some angle.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I agree to some extent. But if it's like a funny bit that you're doing, that's fine. But I mean, it's like the Picasso thing. It always goes back to that. Picasso had the ability to be very good at like just drawing something. Like he could draw something perfectly. He decided to do crazy shit. Mm-hmm. But you got to be good at the first part. You can't just decide that you're going to do wacky stuff and have no talent, which is what people like Gelman do. Mm-hmm. That's just my opinion.
I'm hearing a high frequency because I think the fax machine is on, dude.
Guy fucking sucks ass.
Yeah.
It's just that simple. He's just not good at stuff. Mm-hmm. Very simple, honestly, at the end of the day.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. Not a big fan.
No.
Alrighty, well, that's it for leave us a voicemail. It's fucking. I already read the phone number. Hell yeah.
Shout out to Barncat Bryce. Join the Patreon if you want to see us talk about Bert. Later.